Hello and welcome to the MSTAR training session to define rules for Dewey Decimal classification for media. By defining these rules, you will be able to assign the DDC numbers to various media at the time of entering their details or at the time of stock updation. So let us see how to define the rules for DDC. Click on the MSTAR button and select Module Library. The name of the module appears on the main screen, which means that you're now working in the library module. Click on the button Business Rules and select the screen DDC Rule Master. As the screen opens, as a first step, select the name of the library for which DDC has to be defined. The selected library appears in the box. In the section DDC Type to Incorporate, click on the check boxes against the text, classes or division or sections, and a small tick appears against the clicked text. If we click on classes, it means that you will be able to select the defined DDC class number and class name while entering the new media. If you have also selected division, it means that both the classes and the division details can be selected at the time of entering new media. If section is also checked in this section, it means that you will be able to select the DDC class number and class name, the division number and division name, and the section number and section name while entering the new media. Now let us define the DDC class. So enter the class number above the column class number as per the DDC rule and enter the corresponding class name above the text box provided above the column class name. In this field of class number, you can enter up to 100 characters and both text and numbers can be added. Only special characters such as dot, comma, dash or front slash can be entered. Now enter the class name above the column class name. You can enter maximum 250 characters in this field. Both text and numbers can be entered and special characters, comma, dot, slash and dash are allowed. After entering the class number and the class name in the respective fields, click on button Add provided next to the grid and the details as entered gets added in the grid below. Repeat these steps to add more class details. Click on button Save and the data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the confirmation message. Now let us proceed to define the division under the respective class. For that, click on the button Define Division and a new screen opens. In this, click on the box next to the class name. It will now show the name of the class name that was just entered. Select the name of the class name and after this, enter the division number as applicable for the class name. In this field also, you can enter maximum 50 characters and both text and numbers can be entered with only limited special characters as mentioned earlier for other fields. After this, enter the name of the division above the column division name. In this field, you can enter maximum 250 characters and both text and numbers can be entered. Special characters only limited to dot, comma, dash and front slash can be entered. After entering these details of the division, click on button Add and the respective details get added in the grid. In case more divisions needs to be entered against the selected class name, repeat these steps and enter the division number and division name and click on button Save available next to the grid. The data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the confirmation message. And in case you want to change the class and select other classes, the same can be done by selecting the box and selecting other classes as available. Click on the close button to close the screen. Now let us define the section. For that, click on the button Define Section and a new window for the section opens. In this, first select the class name from the box Class Name, select the name of the division from the box Division Name, and now enter the section number in the text box above the column Section Number. You can enter maximum 50 characters in this field, and both text and numbers can be entered. Again, the special characters like dot, dash, slash and comma can only be entered. Next, enter the section name for the respective class name and division name. In this field, you can enter maximum 250 characters and both text and numbers can be entered. Again, limited special characters like dot, comma, dash and slash can be entered. After entering the section details, click on the button Add and the respective details get added in the grid below. If for the same class name and division, more section details needs to be entered, repeat these steps. And after that, click on the button Save Available next to the grid. The data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the confirmation message and click on the Close button to close this window. So this defines our DTC rule master, and you can repeat these steps to define the class, the division and the sections. Click on the Clear button to clear the screen. And now let us see the steps to update the DTC class rule, division rule or section rule as per the entry done. Select the library name and the DTC rule as defined for the library appears in the grid. In case the same needs to be updated, double click on the row of the rule and the respective values appear in the fields. In case the same needs to be updated, update the details as required, click on the Add button and click on the Save button. The data saving confirmation message is received. Similarly, repeat these steps for the division. For division, we click on the button Define Division, select the class name and double click on the division name. Make the changes as required, click on the Add button and click on the Save button next to the grid. The data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the confirmation message and close the window and repeat the same steps for section. For section, click on Define Section, select the class name, select the division name and double click on the section name. Make the changes as required, click on Add button, click on Save button next to the grid and the data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the same and close the window. Click on the Clear button and repeat the steps as required. Now let us also see how to delete a specific rule if already added by mistake. Click on the library name and select a library name. The names of the DTC rules classes appears in the main screen. Double click on the row which needs to be deleted and click on the Delete button available next to the grid. It asks for the confirmation to delete the row. Click Yes on the same and the row is marked for deletion. Click on the Save button and the data saving confirmation message is received while it removes the selected row for deletion, which was marked for deletion. Repeat these steps for division in the division section and for section using the Define Section button. Click on the Clear button to clear the screen and update or delete the DTC rule as required. The DTC details entered using any library in the library name will be available for selection during media entry in all the libraries. The DTC rule for class, division, section will appear against specific library name in the screen under which the entry was done, whereas during entry of new media, the DDC rule details would be available irrespective of the library under which it was defined. Therefore, only a single time entry of DDC rule is required in any of the libraries defined. The DDC class number and class name can only be deleted if DDC division number and section are not defined under it, or you need to first delete the section and division to delete the DDC class details. Similarly, the division number and name can only be deleted if the section under it is either not defined or first deleted. DDC section number and name can only be deleted if it is not associated to any media. The DDC rule as defined can be updated as required. The rule defined in the field DDC type to incorporate is applicable for specific library it is defined for in field library name. For example, if for junior library we have only ticked classes and divisions, then while we are doing the new purchase entry of junior library, we will only be able to select class and division. Whereas if for central library or senior library, we have selected all the three components like classes, division and section, then for senior library, we will be able to select all three components of the DDC rule. The DDC rule can be applied at the time of new purchase or at the time of stock updation for media. Thank you for watching this video.